Okay, okay. Let's see how well this works. We're low. We do need to put our YouTube chat up. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Still have no idea where the sound is actually coming from though. Hi. I wasn't even sure if anybody was even going to show up because I am not even fully set up. Yeah, it's just a non-promptive one tonight. I never really have planned out schedule ever. Horrible at that. But I'm gonna be redrawing this. I want it a little bigger, and it's pretty dirty due to kids, so. And it's not very detailed. The hair is horrible. This is like 2 years old, I think. 2 or 3 years old of a sketch. Yeah. So, I don't know. I just felt like redoing this sketch. Make it actually look like my artwork now, since it has changed a little bit. I feel like my artwork is always changing. Cool, cool. What kind of homework? Oh, where is my eraser in case I wanna. Oh, this. Okay, so probably right about here. I probably want to put her head. So that means her shoulders. Just kind of like mapping this out a little bit. Not that I'm like the best person at like mapping, especially not body parts. Waist. This is where her mermaid tail and like rock and stuff. do kind of like the layout of the picture itself, but it is very old sketch. Coding, ooh, cool. See, I've never been very great with computer skills and all that stuff, but my in-laws think I'm a genius when it comes to computers, so anytime they have a problem, they always ask me to help them, and I'm like, I don't know everything either. I feel like I need to move my phone over here while it charges. There we go. So that I can look up some. I can't really have a lot open on here on my computer at the same time. Especially since this last mermaid's tail that I sketched is like, I don't know, it's really funky right through here. Obviously, I was trying to make sure that it bend, but it's like really super skinny. It's really weird. So I don't want that. I don't want that to look like that. But I like the kind of the style, but I think I'll be changing up how the bottom of it looks a little tiny bit. Yeah. I don't know, I just figured I was going to be up sketching anyway, so I might as well kind of stream since I've been drawing lately and sketching and painting things without filming or streaming any of that stuff. Well, I did record one of the things that I worked on because it's for an upcoming video. I worked with some washi tape to make clothes. I already put it up on my Facebook. Did I put it on Instagram too? I think I put it on both. But I think I'll have that video up either by the weekend or next week, because I already put up 2 short videos for this week on my YouTube channel. I don't even know like what this camera is seeing right now. I should check really quick. I wonder if I should get it any closer, because this is blue pencil lead and it doesn't really allow you to see. So yeah, there we go. That should be a little better. Guess I could close that one screen and just make this one bigger. Let me see. I need to make, there we go. I need to make that bigger. That was crazy. It was like really tiny. So there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close down the other screen really quick. Oh, I should put out a tweet really quick. Give me just a second. come live here very often. I feel like when I do art streams, I normally end up doing them on my Twitch. But I don't feel like, it doesn't really matter where I go lately, there's not a lot of people. Which is weird because I used to have so many followers on my Twitch channel. I still says I have a bunch of them, but no matter how many times I say, hey, I'm here, I'm live, I don't really seem to get that many people, so. Not that I never feel like I do it right, but that's okay. Haven't used Twitch for months. Aw. Yeah, due to college. See, I fluctuate between both of them. I'm not always live on YouTube or live on Twitch, whether gaming or art related, mostly because I sometimes feel like I don't look very good. I feel like I look like crap, and I want people to see me, and then when I don't have my camera on, people are like, you know, what are you trying to hide? Because normally you have your camera on, and it's like, I'm not hiding anything, obviously. I mean, I show myself on a daily basis in my videos. Kind of hard to hide, I feel. But, yeah. That and, I don't know, I get a little weird sometimes. I get, rather emotional. I go through a lot of things on a daily basis, so. It's not always fun. What was that? No idea. But then I feel like I should be on more often, because if I'm on more often, then people will come back to watching me, and I don't know. Nope, that's not gonna work. This is why I start sketching really softly. Need to move her head over just a little bit. Another reason why I wanted to redraw this is because the other sketch is really tiny. So if I'm gonna actually make this into something, it will be really hard for me to actually get any of the work done because my hands don't always do as I want them to do. As it is, and if I make things really small, it can make it even harder. So I was like, why are you making things harder on yourself? We don't need to make things harder on ourselves. Life is hard enough. Especially lately. Yeah, I think it does have to do a lot with the algorithms. Like, I never really got a whole lot of views on any of my videos all at one time either. And so I'm kind of used to not having like a high number of views. But it seems like I've been getting even less views than I was before this new algorithm came out. Can't even say the word correctly. I don't know. I feel like they need to just stop with all these changes and stuff because it really messes with everyone's channels. Like, I've seen a lot of YouTubers, like bigger YouTube channels, that are complaining because, you know, they're actually losing money due to the new algorithm or algorithm. I can't say the word, but whatever, you know what I'm saying. And so, like, I watch this one YouTuber, her name is Dre, and she was demonetized for a long time. And it was just sad to see that happen to her. And then I see other channels, and I'm like, okay, so they can sponsor or show drunk drinking and talk about all this other stuff, but ads still play during their videos. And like other people can like make comments and say things that sound a little on the darker end of things, and they get demonetized like that. Or you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's like they pick and choose and they end up hurting the wrong creators sometimes. And I feel like that's really, really bad. Like, I feel like someone that needs to be like an actual human job to like go through all of YouTube and like watch some of these videos of people. I know like sometimes people get like brought, what is the word I'm looking for? Turned in for things. And like that's why, you know, people get demonetized or the videos get blocked or whatever. Okay, now I need to find, how does your arm look when it does this? See, like this is another reason why I am sketching a lot more too, is because I'm trying to learn things I probably should have learned years ago. No artist is perfect though. Like, So I feel like her hand is like this up here. Because that sketch is not the perfect sketch for body parts. I'm learning them, but I'm not the best at them. Like poses and stuff. Like, I feel like when I was younger, I didn't take the time to really study anatomy. So now that I'm older, trying to actually get better at my artwork with failing hands is kind of a difficult thing to do because my hands are already stuck, and then I'm trying to make my artwork better and have realistic posing, so to say, and it's really hard. Alright, we'll just have that be a start. You know, maybe I could find a pose. It's so hard to find poses though, like for real. Wow, that's actually a name of a yoga pose. You learn something new every day. Hand going through hair pose. We'll see if we can get something useful maybe. It's a man. That's pretty close. Let's see about that one. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, but it should give me an angle to look at. I wish her hair wasn't covering this part of her arm, but at least I can get a better, like, this part of her arm. Like, I don't know, like, as I've gotten older, I've realized looking up reference pictures is so helpful for art, because you can look up poses of how people hold their hand, people how, you know, the way people stand. It's all very helpful. And sometimes I'll even pose myself. And like, I think as like a younger artist, when I was really learning, I kind of almost damaged myself a little bit by not doing these things. Like I never really studied hands, or not real ones anyway. I like studied like cartoon bodies, and so like if that person drew the body shape wrong, you're gonna draw the thing wrong. Oh, she has a snail on her arm. I guess that's gonna make it over here, isn't it? Damn it. Because, yeah. So I need to... No, it makes it over here. Yeah. Like I have 3 kids, and 2 of them really like to do art, and so I've been trying to explain to them that yes, practicing seems boring, and I mean everything when you're a kid sounds boring unless you think of it yourself. But I try to explain to them that practicing what you enjoy doing will make you better at what you enjoy doing. And I keep trying to explain to them, like, even mommy practices, and I wish I had practiced more growing up. I feel like I could be a little bit further in my abilities if I had practiced more. But I also took time off from drawing and painting and all that stuff when I had my kids. With my daughter, I didn't right away. I did try to keep my keep sketching and stuff, but it got a little hard because I was a single mom at the time, so it got a little hard to do too much and work and all that stuff. Yes, I plan on after making a decent sketch. This probably won't be the only time I sketch it, because I'll probably transfer it to a better paper. Not a better paper, this is actually on the same paper that I want to do it on, I think. It's not paper I use all the time. It's Copic paper. But for the size of it, I wanted to actually draw it out this time on that paper. That way, when I transfer it, I'm transferring it to the exact same size of paper. And because originally, I was just going to transfer this one onto the paper and then like draw extra rock and stuff. And I was like, yeah. But it got dirty and stuff. See, I've never really used the paper either. That's so bad. I've never used the paper either. But that's why I want to. See, on the other piece, I have her hand turned. So I'm thinking I need to go back to this. Like she has playing with her hair, like, woo. Instead of like this, because I feel like you're not going to like, are you going to go like this with your hair? I don't know. I'm horrible at this. Plus it just looked weird. I'm not very good at hands, but that's why I wanted at least one of her hands showing, was to practice hands. You never used paper either, huh? I guess I don't feel as bad that now, knowing that I'm not the only one that hasn't really used the paper. I really don't have too many Copics. I have like a basic collection. Like I have like 3 or 4 different skin tones, a few pinks, a few oranges, a few yellow, a few brown, excuse me, a few green, a few blue, some purples, some reds, and some grays. I think that's all I really have. And then I do have some alternative markers. I really like the shuttle art markers too. They've been working really good with my Copic markers. I used to have Touch 5 markers, but I don't like those ones. So it's kind of why I got the other ones. Oh, there are colors that aren't very popular. See, I don't even know if we have Hobby Lobby around where I live, but we do have Michael's, and we have Joann's Fabrics. And like I used to go to Joann Fabrics because it's not just for fabric. When I first moved out here, because it was like the only place I knew that had better art supplies, and they're really expensive to get anything from that store. Plus they don't have a very good range, like selection. And then I found some Michael's nearby and started going there. But I'm not allowed to go into Michael's very often because I tend to forget my budget and go a little crazy. Last year, after tax time, I went and spent like $300 in one shopping. And I only got a handful of Copics at that time. Most of it was spent on like getting all my oil paint supplies, canvases, new brushes, and some other stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love collecting supplies, and a lot of my supplies have been used since last tax time. And then I have been buying a little bit more art supplies this time around as well. I just feel like if you're an artist and you do more than one kind of art, it's normal to get a good stock of different kinds of stuff. And I'm always interested on learning different stuff. Last year, the main thing that I was learning was how to use my Bombay India inks, and now I'm starting with gouache and watercolors. I've done watercolor in the past, but never with like actual ones. I have looked at Jerry's Autorama online, and I can't remember what at the time what I thought about it. I ended up getting a watercolor block from Trader Joe's online, and it came with like a free watercolor set from Winsor Newton. So that was kind of cool. But I did look up Jerry's Autorama once, but I can't remember why I didn't end up going with the site. I'm not going to make her whole hand because there's going to be hair coming through there. For some reason, I just like that better than I like the hand coming out like this for some reason. I don't know. Right here. Should try to draw her hair a little bit. I'll shape in some stuff. I've been buying my Copics off of why am I making a brain for it? Amazon. After buying them at Michael's, bought a few from there, and it wasn't too bad. I bought 3 refills from there, and one colorless blender refill from Amazon, and it's not actually, the price is not actually too bad. They're like colors that I started out with, so I used them a lot because they were like some of the only colors that I had, so I ended up using them a lot. I want to keep the idea of curly hair, but I don't want these weird stringiness. Like I have no idea what I was thinking when I sketched this. Like why I thought that was a good look. Even though I'm in my 30s, and this was like probably maybe 2 years ago, so younger 30s, because I'm almost 33. The hair is just, I don't even know. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I have her wearing a crown. Almost looks like a trident right through here. I'm not gonna put the whole thing in right now, but I kind of want to put a little bit of work in there. But yeah, I wanted to, I don't even know what side of the paper is meant to be drawn on or colored on. Isn't that bad? Because it's like, hold on. Let's get the package out. Like this is the package. This is the paper. This is manga illustrator paper, pure white. But yeah, it just comes in like this paper little thing. I have another one that I want to redraw onto the other paper too, but you don't really know what side is what because it's just in there. It's just in the bag, and it looks similar, and it feels similar on both sides of the paper. So I'm gonna have to test it out a little bit on like this paper probably before I actually test it out on the piece paper. And it's so weird that like symmetry and stuff that you have to like do like similar details on both sides of a piece, and now I feel like the crown is too big. Yeah, that's gonna be too big because her hair still needs room to fit. Oh my God, what am I doing to myself? I mean, it doesn't even have to look like that other crown did. I just want to kind of have placement. Alright, there we go. Placement. And then this. Oh. And it's so weird to like be on YouTube because like I'm used to having music playing in the background when I draw, and I feel like I have to be careful with that because I don't think you're really supposed to do that when you're on YouTube. Alright, so. And I've been trying to draw more realistic body shapes. Like some of the other pieces I recently just did, I made the women more voluptuous in the body area, not just in the boobs, but like all around the body. I feel like I do that because I am a more realistic shaped woman myself. Like, I'm not sticking bones, and not that it's bad to be skinny, because it's not, but we definitely all are not skinny. Growing up, I thought being chubby was a horrible, horrible thing, because my mom was skinny, and she constantly harassed me about my weight. Put me on Slim Fast. And had to take that to school with me. It's very embarrassing. And so now, as a mother of a daughter, I want her to be healthy and take care of herself and everything like that. But when it comes to her body and her weight and things, I try to approach it very differently. Very, very differently. I don't know, I think maybe that's one reason why I like art, is you can express yourself a little better. And you don't have to do things the way other people have done them before. See, and now I'm starting to think I drew her too big. Because you're not gonna see tail. Oh, thank you. I'm just concerned that it comes off the paper and then it's gonna pop back up, but maybe it'll still look okay. I don't know, sometimes I overthink it. Like I overthink when I'm drawing, and before it gets very far, I like panic and scratch the plan, you know. And so maybe I'll just continue and see how it goes. Wow, it's already almost 12:30. Like I'm always up really late, and it's really quiet and peaceful, and it's a good time to actually get some work done, I feel. I also use it to catch up on my shows because I don't really get the chance to watch the kind of shows that I like when my family is actually home doing their own thing. We have 2 TVs, but I mean, someone's gaming on it or watching on their stuff on it. It is spring break, so I've had the kids home with me the last few days. At night I've been editing footage. I made 2 videos this week so far out of footage that I've had recorded. Oh, a little disappointed about videos and stuff because I had some video footage saved on my old laptop that I still use for other things, but not for streaming or anything like that anymore. And try to move it onto this computer, and it showed the file was there, but then when I tried to actually look at the footage, it just was not coming together. So unfortunately, like 2, maybe 3 projects that I had been working on didn't really get to have their video. But I mean, I can always film another piece and use that footage to do those videos. Because I was going to do a video about my process of making a piece, and I was using the footage of my owl impress that I did with my inks, and I was going to show, you know, step by step, like how I came up with the piece and all that stuff, like looking through like where the idea came from, and then finding like any reference material and stuff like that. But yeah, lost the footage, so I was bummed about that for a while. But I can definitely get some footage from some new pieces and make that kind of video. Because I was gonna like show, like, you know, when inspiration hits, like how do you compose a piece, like how do I compose a piece, I guess, because not everybody does it the same way. And I was gonna like show how I find the things from my artwork. Especially those more detailed pieces. Sometimes I do pieces that aren't very detailed, and it's not very hard to explain like how I come up with it, you know, the idea behind it and all that stuff. And other times it's like more of a story-based idea, and I have to find like reference pictures of things to put in that piece and whatnot. The Owl Empress was a great piece that actually came out of watching artist collectives on YouTube, and each one of them had different themes that they were doing, and I was just like, I put the 2 themes together, and it's really cool. I feel like one of my kids just fell off the bed again. That happens on a nightly basis. This is not the original way her hair was, but I like it. It makes more of a reason of why she's got these curly cues. kind of why I like drawing in like these colors, these sketch pencil things, is because like I find like regular lead can be a little harsh and hard to clean up a little bit. I think I might have to make this one maybe longer. Whoa. This is, no, my chat went down. There it goes. Ooh. There it is. Because it's easier, like if I don't push very hard, it's pretty easy to actually erase this stuff. Look at this pencil, it's pretty cool. This little piece right here is actually a sharpener. Just twisty, twisty, twisty. Oops, a little bit longer. Why is my chat going down? And then the lead is back to being pointy. And you just gently push the lead back down a little bit. Yeah. Oh my goodness, why is it doing that? That's really annoying. My chat keeps going black. But yeah, isn't that kind of cool? I didn't know that for like the longest time, and then I watched somebody else's YouTube video. They had gotten some supplies, and one of the supplies was a pencil kind of like this one, and they showed that, and I was like, no way. I have some of those, and I never knew that. I was like, man. Maybe I should try to make this arm come out. Just leave it there like that for now. She is gonna have chain and stuff. Nope. Yeah, we don't want to do that, because she has like this really cool belly art, like jewelry. We'll just keep her arm back here for now, because her top and her belly, and then all throughout her tail, she's got like jewelry and like chain and stuff. So, like, I want to keep the jewelry and stuff. There we go. Can we? Yep. I kind of wish I had I don't know, I wish I had more patience and stuff like that sometimes. I don't feel like I have much patience anymore. I get frustrated with things and tends to be like the end of it when I get frustrated, I feel. But I feel that like the frustration mostly has to do with my hands not working the way I want or not having enough energy, being in pain, and stuff like that doesn't necessarily help. There we go. My art haul. Oh, it's not necessarily like a real art haul, at least not this last one. I have some older ones from like Michael's and stuff. Another sketchbook tour. Probably, I do have some sketchbooks that have like different stuff in them. The last one I did is the most recent one that I had started. It's like almost halfway done, I think. The canvas sketchbook, the one that has the canvas on that I drew on, yeah. That one is like I started last year. I have other sketchbooks that I had started a while before that one, but I end up like tearing out pages from those ones. Or one of them is like this really small sketchbook, and it's got like concept ideas for some other story things that I was thinking about doing. I do have just like sketchbooks that I use for concept ideas. I was even thinking about doing it's not really a sketchbook, but like getting some of my old artworks out and doing like a look back at my old artwork, because I have stuff just, you know, hanging out, like old stuff. Some of it I actually posted on my Redbubble, some of my older stuff. There's a blue jay or blue bird that I did in high school. It's a watercolor piece, and I think that's on my Redbubble now, and that was from high school, like. But I want to do another video on my artwork, like showing my artwork, because I feel like it's one of the best ways to know how much we've improved, is like to see where we've been, in a sort, you know? So yeah, I feel like I am going to definitely be doing another sketchbook tour, or art tour, I guess I would call it, since it's not really in a sketchbook. Oh, I gotta move a little bit here. Get stuck to my chair. But yeah, I want to do another one. It's actually, I recently just moved all my old art stuff into, like my finished pieces, into like this really big portfolio bag. Because I was putting them on like this really old, peachy folder from high school. It had like different sections in it that you could put stuff in, and I was putting all my stuff in there. I'll have to show that in a video, probably the same video, and be like, this is how I used to keep my art. Because like I feel like, I don't know, that is, so that's where I used to keep it, is in like this old high school binder thing. So yeah, I think I'm going to do another one. I just don't know when. I have a lot of video ideas, just like I have lots of art ideas, like a lot of pieces, like a lot of ideas for pieces. I write them all down, of course. I already have to sharpen this thing again. Like, I like revisiting my old pieces. Like sometimes you do like a really quick sketch, you know, and you're like, I'll revisit that later. So that piece never really becomes a real piece, and it just kind of sits there. So I feel like if you don't revisit, then you're not going to ever redo that piece, you know? Sometimes even if I write down an idea or, oh, I just dropped lead. Oh no. My brand new top. Pajama top. Oh well. But now I need to find the lead. Or not. Ow. Oh my goodness. Where did it go? Oh well, I have more of that lead. I have more hanging around here somewhere. Now I don't even remember where I put that extra lead. I think it's in that art bag actually. Darn it. I'll probably find that lead tomorrow. Or later today, I should say, because today is already today. What time is it? 12:54. All right, I have a little bit more time. But yeah, definitely. But like I was saying, yeah, I definitely feel like we should definitely continue to look back at our artwork. I feel like that helps keep us going in the right direction, and we can kind of revisit old ideas too. Like with this piece, I've had it drawn out for a while, and kind of knew that I always wanted to redraw it, probably because of the paper got all messy. Yeah, we're not gonna do that, but one can stay like that. But But I have some other pieces that I plan on like doing redraws of too. The recent haul video, though, it's really not that much of a haul, I guess. It is, but it isn't. It's probably like one of the smallest hauls I've ever done. And it's just from my local Myers. It's just, I was able to find some decent stuff on clearance for that one. I just felt like I'd been seeing a lot of more hauls lately and was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make this into a haul video. So that's kind of how that one became a haul video. What are some of the things that you like to draw? Like, are you more into fantasy? Do you like more realistic kind of things? Do you get like ideas just randomly? Like, I'm always interested in like how other people come up with their art and their art styles and stuff. Probably because, you know, with mine it's never the same. I feel like my stuff comes out. Used to draw sci-fi. Oh, cool. I like fantasy, and sci-fi is kind of cool. I don't know if I've ever really done anything really sci-fi. Like, I like anything with color. Things that you wouldn't normally see on a daily basis. You know, like, that's why I like unicorns and woodland imps. I like galaxy stuff. I've been trying to do more realistic stuff, like my paintings and things. I'm trying to get them a little bit more realistic, doing landscapes and whatnot. And but you don't draw as much. Kind of in a slump. Oh. See, like, I get that way too, so I know how that is. Like, I think that's why I like to revisit my old stuff, though, is because it helps me kind of, like, get out of that a little bit more. Because, like, yeah, it's not, like, a brand new idea, but it kind of gets you flowing a little bit, you know? But it can be hard to get out of a slump sometimes. But I think that's another reason why I do the studies too, is that way I'm constantly doing something. Like, I don't, even though my hands and stuff hurt every once in a while, I still like to be actively doing art. It just makes me feel less like a loser because I don't have a life. My life contains of my kids and my husband and my YouTube channel and then sometimes I feel like I'm not a super active YouTuber, so if I don't have stuff going on in my life, then, you know, I can at least keep myself drawing and painting, and it helps me stay out of my depression as well to keep myself somewhat motivated. there's a few different times throughout the year that are super hard on me emotionally. And right now is one of them. It is the anniversary of my cousin's death. So it's not one of my favorite times of the year. Easter should be a happy, fun time, and it's just not. I mean, I don't think it's a super happy, fun time for anybody in my family. Thanks. It's been about 7 years, 6 years, because it's kind of messed up. I had my best friend pass away, and then a few months after my best friend passed away, my cousin passed away. And then a few years after that, I had both my grandmothers pass away in the same year. So they were all four of those women were very powerful in my life and meant a lot to me. So there's just times throughout the year where I get a little knocked down by the emotions that I feel, like around each one of their birthdays, around the anniversaries of their deaths and stuff like that. I get really emotional and kind of have to remind myself that I will get to see them one day again, just not yet, because it's not my time. And I have to believe that they are watching over me and proud of the things that I am accomplishing. Which doesn't always feel to be a lot. That's for sure. I don't make money really from my art, and I mean, I can't really even seem to get family to buy my stuff. I've done a few things for free because I've wanted to give certain people out of my family things because they're strong individual people who deserve to get, you know, something cool for their house or something. But and some of the pieces I have planned are technically for family members, so like bigger paintings and stuff, but they don't know about them, so I'm not really pressured. I'd rather them not know about them so that way I don't feel pressured. If that makes sense. Yeah. Like Christmas time is hard. Easter time is hard. I feel like that boob's bigger than this boob. There we go, that's a little better. I don't know, like, like though, like when I get inspiration, I try to go with it, so. And sometimes my inspiration comes from my emotions. So that's, you know, a positive in a way. I don't know how I'm going to make these. Oh my god, my nose. Alright, y'all, no worries. I'm going to be headed to bed here in a little while anyway. Thanks for coming in and chatting with me. If you check out my videos, let me know in the comments what you think, okay? I'm still trying to find some more people to join my Creative Minds group and do like some collate, like I want to do like a collective, like artist collective. So if you're ever interested in that, let me know also. Not super strict since, you know, I'm not that way either. Cool, cool. I probably won't finish it by the time I go to bed, so I'll be working on it some more though, that's for sure. I wanted to do something productive and I didn't want to work on that oil painting because I get really messy. while you get some rest. just laying out the jewelry lines really quick. Da, 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 da. time is it? Okay, we're almost to a point where I'm going to we're going to stop for the night. For multiple reasons. My hand is starting to hurt, and it's getting late. I'm going to spend so much time redrawing this, and then I'm going to wanna I don't like the whole divided thing, but there we go. It's better. All right, that's gonna be it. Perfect timing. Bye. So this is what the tail look like now, and that's what it used to look like. I have to go. It's bedtime.